Hi my loves, welcome back. So today we are talking about designer belts and I'm going to be sharing with you the best designer belts to buy and ones to avoid. Now designer belts are a really hot accessory and a lot of you may already have one in your collection. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top designer belts that I think you should get and ones that I think you should avoid. In addition, I'm also going to be showing mod shots because you guys love it when I style my pieces. Actually, the top that I'm wearing today is a silk blouse. You guys know I love silk, I love lace, I love floral. My style is pretty dressy. And the top that I'm wearing today is actually from Lilysilk. So this video is in partnership with Lilysilk. You guys know I have worked with Lilysilk a couple of times before. I'm a huge fan of silk and their items. And so when I was wanting to do this video idea, I was like, it'll be great to get some more dressier pieces that I know I wear all the time to work and show you guys examples. And so Lilysilk were kind enough to give me a few of these items, which I will show you later. And they have given me the best gift code for you guys, better than anyone that you've seen so far. And I had to really ask, but of course I will do that for you. There's going to be a couple of other new items that I've bought as well, and I'm just going to put it all together for you. So for those of you that were interested in adding a designer belt to your collection, let me make this process easy for you because I'm going to tell you what you should buy and what you should avoid and how it looks. So the first belt I recommend and I use so much is this Hermes Kelly belt. And what I've paired it with today is this gorgeous Lilysilk blouse and these pinstriped Uniqlo pants. And with this Lilysilk blouse, what I love about it is that it's so versatile. Like I've done it into a bow here, which looks so elegant, I think, and classy. But if you prefer not to have it into a bow, it's so you can undo it like this and then just undo one button and wear it loosely. And look, it looks so nice, just loose like that. And I forgot to tell you, Lilysilk is having a major sale. This is actually their anniversary sale and it's their biggest sale of the year. So everything on the website is discounted. Like I love this blouse. It comes in so many different colors. I would totally pick up another one. So the offer for silk outfits is if you buy one, you get the second one at 40% off. But in addition, for all Mel in Melbourne subscribers, and this is exclusive to me only, I actually do have the best gift code out there, and it's because I asked them for you guys. So if you enter MIM15, you get an additional 15% off all their fabulous offers already. So there's like offers on silk blouses, on silk PJs, on pillowcases. And I love silk. I think everyone that follows me, it's no surprise because I wear so much silk. But the reason why this belt I absolutely adore, and the reason why I love this belt so much is because it is adjustable. Let me show you on my gold version because yeah, I love this belt so much. I actually have it in two colors. So let me show you. So this is called the Hermes Kelly belt because if you look at the clasp, it's in the Kelly style. But the best thing about this belt is that it is adjustable. So if you pull on the tabs like this, you can see the belt goes so long. So I can wear this with pants like how I'm wearing right now. And also if I make this smaller, which you just use these tabs and adjust like this, so easy. So you just pull it. I have used this countless times to cinch in like a dress or something that's looser and you can wear it on the waist. So I love this belt because I can pair it with so many of my outfits and it's really understated and so elegant. You can wear it with dressy outfits, you can wear it with casual outfits. I've worn them with both. It comes in so many colors for those of you that like gold, for those of you that like silver, it comes in rose gold as well. This is my #1 most used belt. And if you didn't like this Kelly closure, I actually have another belt that's got the same mechanism. And this is my latest purchase from Hermes and it's called the Rivali belt. And this is what it looks like. It's just that the buckle is a little bit different. So this Hermes Kelly belt, or its sister, the Rivali belt, I highly recommend. I use it so much, and therefore it's definitely a buy. And the first belt that I do not recommend is this belt here. It is called the Hermes Gamma belt, or I should say the Hermes Gamma buckle, and it comes with this reversible strap. Now, I do love the colors of this reversible strap, and I thought, oh, I should get a belt that's thinner. I don't have anything in this sort of width. But guys, I've probably used this belt twice since I've gotten it. And the reason is I don't think you need a belt this thin. Let me just quickly grab my Kelly belt again. As you can see, the Kelly belt is a pretty thin belt, but this belt here is like 5 to 6 millimeters thinner. And what I find is that when I do need a thin belt, this is perfect. And this belt I find just, it sort of just gets lost. And I also don't like the fact that it only has 3 holes. Look, that can be rectified by punching more holes in there, but it's just not as versatile. And I think that if you do like a thin belt, and it's always good to have a thin belt in your collection, go for something that's sort of like 18 to 20 mils. I find that this, which is about 12 to 13 mils, is just too thin and just not worth the money. So this is an avoid. The second belt, which I think is just fabulous, is this gorgeous Louis Vuitton belt. It's called the Dauphine belt. And I actually showcased this in my entire LV collection video, which I filmed recently. If you were interested to see that, I'll leave a link above. And so what I've paired this belt with is with this gorgeous silk camisole. You cannot go wrong with a silk camisole, guys. I've just dressed it up, but I've worn it with jeans and a blazer, and it just goes under anything. So this beautiful silk one is from Lilysilk. It's got a little bit of lace here, which, surprise, surprise, Mel loves lace. And I just like that little bit of detailing. As you can see here, it's just got that little bit of lettering. And to me, that just makes it look even more elegant, and it makes it look even more expensive, where Lilysilk products are actually pretty well priced. And then with this sale, it makes it even better. And I've also got this skirt recently. As you can see, this is from Zara. I love that it just shows a little bit of leg, and then got my LV Rodeo Queen pumps on. Okay, why do I think this belt is a buy? Firstly, I think with LV, sometimes LV belts with monogram, or especially the ones in the checkered patterns, which is the Damier Ebene or the Damier Azur, sort of get a bad rep because people think, oh my gosh, it's just too logo-y, it looks a bit tacky. But what I love about this belt here is if you don't like the big LV initial screamed at you, this logo is just a little bit more subtle. As you can see, it's got the square buckle encasing the circular LV, and to me, that just looks a lot more classy. And the reason why I've picked this particular combination is that I think the reverse monogram just looks a little bit more modern. And the other reason why I love it, and I think it's so versatile, is because the reverse side of this, which I will show you, is actually in black leather. So if I take this off, can you see it still looks good as a black outfit? But what I love about belts is that it just sometimes completes an outfit, or it's the finishing touch to an outfit. And I know a lot of times there is sort of like a rule, which, you know, it doesn't have to be a rule, but you can match your belt to your shoes. And that's what I have done this time with belt and shoes. And I know guys follow that rule, and it always makes them look really polished and put together. But like I said, I could flip this buckle around. I could wear this outfit with the black side as well and the gold buckle. And I just love that you can wear it both ways so easily. So for that reason, guys, if you want to get an LV belt that's a little bit more understated, but it's still quite classic LV, go for the LV Dauphine belt. So the second belt, which may come as a surprise to a lot of you, don't kill me, guys, if you own this belt. Obviously, I do. It is the Gucci Marmont belt. Exactly this one in the antique sort of gold hardware in black. Now, the reason why I say this is because if you are one that want to invest in a designer belt, just say it's your first one, I don't suggest you buying this because I feel like it is everywhere and it's a little bit overdone. I bought this belt 2.5 years ago. Will I sell it? No. I still like this belt, but I just find myself reaching for it less and less. And I think with a logo belt, sort of like the logo trend is still very big, but I feel like it's also dying down a bit. It is a great belt, don't get me wrong, but would it be the first belt I ask you to buy? No, because if you want to be a little bit different, it's just anyone that has a designer collection probably owns a GG belt. It is still a very popular belt. It comes in different widths and things like that. But if you wanted to add this belt, just listen to my next point because I do redeem myself. It's just this particular, hardware with this combination and black you see everywhere. And another thing to be wary of, why I also mentioned this, is that this particular antique gold belt I actually had an issue with. I'm not sure if it's been resolved by Gucci, but mine was just all scratched up and I didn't know the reason why. Gucci did honor it and replace the buckle. But after that, I just kind of fell out of love with it because I've just, I don't know, been a bit more careful and I did nothing with it. And it just had all these funny scratches on it and they couldn't explain why. So I'm not sure if that's still happening. I know from a few of you it has happened, but for those reasons, it is in my avoid list. So on that note of Gucci, the one that I do recommend, or as an alternative to the plain GG Marmont belt, purely because I think too many people own it, myself included, guys, is that because that belt has been so popular, Gucci have actually released different variations. And the one that I love most, because I love pearls, is this pearl belt here. Yes, I do see people with this, but nowhere as much as the plain GG version. And look, if you didn't like this pearl version, it comes with different jewels, comes with a bit of texture in like the gold. I'll put some pictures up as I talk about them. Or even maybe the GG logo, you keep the Marmont logo, but you wear it with an elastic belt. Even the GG logo has got, some of them have got like a little bit of embellishment like the snake on it. There are just so many different variations. So my recommendation is, if you love the GG Marmont belt, go for something a little bit different. It adds a bit of interest to your outfit. Like I've paired it with quite a simple outfit, neutral colors, but because it's got that little bit of pearl, it just goes so well. So this top here, I love. It's very hard to find like a sort of t-shirt. So this is a silk knit tee. It is super soft, so luxurious. I love it. And again, this is from Lilysilk. I definitely want to get the one in black because I love this one so much. This one you can really dress up or down. And as you can see, I have put it with, this is another new purchase from Alice McCall, which is on sale at the moment. Whatever that I've mentioned, I will link down below. And I just love that it's sort of it's like the style is a little bit more formal, but the material is more casual. It's sort of like in a chino material, but it's got this mermaid sort of detailing, and I just love that it sort of like makes you a little bit more hourglass. And of course my Chanel pearl mills, which I love and I highly recommend as well. So that is what I've paired it with. But again, this pearl belt, I've worn it countless times with jeans as well. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me style this belt. Definitely still love the GG Marmont, but just think about it maybe in a different texture or a slightly different design than the plain one. So because I love pearls and I just think this really adds interest to an outfit, therefore it's on my to buy list. So next up, let's talk about some belts that I do not think are worth it. And they are also logo belts. So it's not that I don't like logo belts, but the ones I'm talking about, and I don't own them, so I'm going to put some pictures up here, are what I call the B belts. Which are the B belts? So they're also logo belts. One being Balmain belt, 2, the Balenciaga belt, and 3, the Burberry belt. And I'm talking about the ones that have the B logo. Like even I get a little bit confused. Burberry have changed their logo recently. Balmain constantly changes their logos, I find. And then also with Balmain, I just think that this Balmain belt, it could look like Balenciaga or Burberry if you didn't know any better. So I just think if you do want to buy a logo belt, like I mentioned before, sort of relates to, this belt here, The Gigi Marmont belt, everyone sort of knows it's Gucci. If you are after that sort of look and you do want, people to know it is a designer belt and it's a branded belt, the B sort of logo-y belts, I think until they get a little bit more well known, I would sort of steer clear from them. And if you're going to spend that amount of money, I would rather spend it on a different logo belt. But in saying that, for Burberry, even though I said the B belt I wouldn't invest in, of course their checkered belts are iconic and I do love them. So the Balenciaga, Burberry, Balmain, specifically B belts, I would say avoid. So the fourth belt I think that is worth it and in my to buy list is this beautiful Hermes H buckle belt with reversible strap. Now, I've had this belt for years and I understand why it is so popular. First of all, with Hermes, this buckle, you can actually pick different finishes and I love that. So I picked the brushed silver. It comes in shiny silver, it comes in brushed gold, it comes in shiny gold. And then with the strap, you can pick the different colors. So the version that I picked has this gorgeous tan on one side in Epsom leather, and then if I reverse it, it's in black. And what I've paired it with is with this beautiful silk blouse. So yes, absolutely, you can wear silk with denim. I think it dresses it down. Obviously, for my look here, I've actually dressed it up a bit, and you can see I've worn it with, a denim skirt, which has got a few rips. I've worn it with my Manolo Blahnik shoes, which are iconic. I highly recommend them because they're so comfortable. But let's just talk about this silk blouse. This is giving me major Zimmermann vibes, but at like a quarter of the price. And it comes in two gorgeous colors as well. Also comes in black. And I just think I love a high neckline. If you're going to wear something shorter, I think having that high neckline makes the whole outfit look a little bit more classier. So yes, this blouse is included in the, buy one, get the second at 40% discount. I love this navy blue. I actually own one of Lilysilk's pajamas in this blue, and I think there's like up to 30% off all the pajamas. So don't forget, if you enter my code MIM15, and that's exclusive to me, you get 15% off on top of all the anniversary sales offers. And plus they're also giving away like little gifts. Like if you spend over a certain amount, you get like free gifts. So I think Lilysilk is being amazing. They obviously want to celebrate their birthday with everyone. And I just think there's so many good pieces. It's not just blouses, it's like dresses and PJs and everything. So definitely do check out their site, but don't forget to use my discount code because you get extra discount, and why not? So if we talk about logo belts, you know how I was saying with the BBB belts to avoid them, this belt has been around for so long. And there's a second reason why I think it's so worth it. Hubby actually bought a belt. Let me just grab it. It is this belt here. It is called the Quiz Buckle, and he picked it in a grey pebbled and also a plain black. And it's so good because this buckle, both these belt widths, which is 32 millimeters, I think that's a fantastic width for just dressy or casual. We effectively have 4 belts. So this belt is amazing because you can share it with your partner. So he often borrows mine and I borrow his because we just wear it on different belt holes. So versatility tick. The fact that, if I wanted to, we buy another Hermes belt with a different buckle, we will effectively get like 6 belts. And I love it. And I think that even though this is a logo belt, it's just a little bit more simplistic. It's not as, fussy. So I think that it still looks very chic. So if you're after a logo belt, this Hermes one is a good choice. And lastly, I definitely think that you guys should check out vintage designer belts. No secret that I'm a huge vintage lover. I have been scouring the internet and pre-loved sites for actually a vintage Chanel belt. But did you know, guys, that a lot of the designs, especially in Dior and Fendi at the moment, they've got vintage versions of them. So for example, this CD belt, which is currently retailing in Dior, which is so popular and I love, there is a vintage version of that. And similar to Fendi, I think that is definitely worth sort of like looking on eBay or looking on some of the pre-loved sites for a vintage designer belt, because 1, it will be more unique. 2, you're probably going to get a really good deal on it because it is cheaper. And 3, not as many people have it. I know I'm always looking out for great vintage designer belts, so I think do check it out. It is definitely worth buying. So I have two honorable mentions, and the reason why I've called them honorable mentions is because I'm yet to own both these belts, but both these belts are on my wish list and on hubby's wish list, and I wanted to share them with you because both of them are unisex. The first one is the Loewe anagram belt. I talk a lot about logo belts. I think this belt is gorgeous because it is Loewe's logo, but if you didn't know, it's just very subtle. I think it looks gorgeous on guys and girls. I think it's so understated, but something yet that would complement so many outfits and just be a perfect finishing touch. And the second belt that deserves a mention, it is a classic style. It's been around for ages. I am talking about the Salvatore Ferragamo Gancini belt. And this one I would say is a little bit more dressy, but it goes really well with suits. I think it's a great present if you want to buy something for Father's Day. For us Aussies, Father's Day is coming up. Even as a surprise for your partner or even for yourself. I wanted to mention this because I know a lot of my male viewers ask for recommendations. So I think this Salvatore belt is fabulous. Again, it is also reversible and comes in different finishes. It comes in silver, it comes in gold, and I also saw a so black version, which just gives it a little bit of an edge. So those two belts are on our wish list. So I just wanted to mention them because it is one to check out too. So that is it, guys. I've given you a list of belts that I think you should buy, and I've also given you a list of belts that I think you should avoid. Did you agree with my list? I would love to hear your feedback. It's good that all of us have different tastes. And remember, just because I've listed something as buy and don't buy, if you love it, you do you and you rock it. These are just recommendations because I know I get so many questions from you. Which belt do you think is worth it, Mel, and why? And that's why in this video, I thought it was really important to give you the reasons and also to style the belts. And if you didn't notice, that's why I styled all the belts that I recommended with outfits. All my outfits and the belts that I mentioned, I will list down below, as well as my exclusive gift code, which is MIM15. So if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Have a wonderful day or night, guys. Big kisses, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.